Welcome back, Gearheads. Nate Miller here. Gonna go over my first impressions. I got the Oculus Rift for Christmas, and the touch controllers. I want to go over my first impressions with it. What's up, Gearheads? Welcome back.
Here is your gun.
Let's get into the game.
I did not see that.
A virtual reality world.
Check it out.
You have to let it all go, Neil.
Alright, so I want to talk about my first impressions with the Oculus Rift, and here they go. I really love the touch controllers. I like the versatility of them. I love everything about them. Check it out. So while I'm using it, doing my virtual reality thing, oh man, I got to adjust my headset a little bit. I can flip them like this. I have access to my fingers. I can pick up stuff if I want to. I can write stuff down if I want to. I can do whatever I want with it. You know what I mean? Because these are so awesome. And then when I'm done, I just hit them against my body, and they're good to go. So there's a lot of advantages to these. That's just one that I love about these things. It's just how quickly I can just click over and use my hands without having to find somewhere to put them down. It's fantastic. Now, as far as room scale, the tracking, I've seen a lot of videos about guys using multiple setups in their rooms for the sensors so that they work a lot better, and I just have the two right now. I'm thinking about getting a third because of Arizona Sunshine, because I do find myself turned around backwards, and when I've got the controllers like this, when I'm loading and doing my thing, it does have a hard time, and I do lose tracking that way. So I am definitely going to move up to a room scale, probably a 3 sensor setup. I don't have a ton of room to do it, and also what I've seen the best effect on how to set it up correctly is setting them up on the ceiling so that there's nothing really in the way. There's, you know what I mean, you don't have posts sticking up and you don't have all this stuff. So on the ceiling is probably the best fit. And there's some 3D printing mounts that you can get. I have a 3D printer, so I can print those out. Yeah, anyway, I think that's pretty much the best setup. You can slide them in and out and all that stuff. So that's probably the route I'm going to go. I haven't set it up yet. Don't really have the time to set it up just that way just yet. But it is something that I'm definitely putting on my radar to figure out. So right when I set it up, here it is right here, by the way. Here's my Rift. I got it all coiled up and everything. The ergonomics of this thing are phenomenal. The feel of it is like, it's like a fabric. I don't know if you can see, but it's almost like a fabric right here. And the lenses are so awesome. You see how big they are? I got a Gear VR right here. This is the Innovator Edition of the Gear VR, one I bought for $300 when it first came out. But I'd like you to take a look at the lenses. Here, not bad size, but nothing compared to just how big those bad boys are. You see the difference? They're probably about 25% bigger. The field of view is bigger, and everything's better on it. The graphics, of course, are far superior. Even the pixel density of the Rift is far greater. You know, you're using phones. I don't know what they've done differently. I don't know if it's because of the lenses, but anyway, we've just been having a blast. I've shown it to everybody. Had a great time with all the different apps and everything. So Oculus Rift has blown me away. I've tried it a few times. You have seen the videos where I've tried it a couple times. Nothing like owning it and being able to really mess around with the tracking. Cord, you need to have a longer cord. So you can get one on Amazon for $15, so there is options at least for you there. So let's talk about some of the first experiences. So the first one I tried is called Oculus Contact, and there's a little tiny robot, and you talk to the robot, and as you look around, you can play with different things around the room. There's some soda cans and some videotapes and stuff like that you can check out. And there's one videotape that's way far in the back that you have to use a special thing where you use your finger and like a light comes out of the finger and it grabs it and brings it towards you. But anyway, this is so funny. On the videotapes are QR codes, and when you type in those QR codes, it leads you to this link right here. So if you want to see what the QR codes on the videos in the soda cans, check this out. Those are some of the fun things that they put into these experiences, at least this one, and it was so fun, and I laughed my butt off, and I even watched the entire video just because they got me, they nailed me. I don't know what I was expecting, but I definitely wasn't expecting that. The next thing I tried after that is I had to go download Arizona Sunshine. And I'm going to do a complete review on Arizona Sunshine, probably in my next review. I've got some Gear VR reviews I have in the pipelines that I'm going to have to, I got to get those out. So I'm going to be releasing those. Then I'll do an Arizona Sunshine. But for the Oculus Touch controllers, Arizona Sunshine was amazing. When the very first zombie comes rolling out at you, and it's just kind of like, you're standing in front of this big cargo crate, and these zombies start coming at you. And the very first one was kind of shuffling at me. And the guy's yelling. The voice acting on Arizona Sunshine is second only probably to Uncharted. He's so funny. He's so fantastic. A lot of swearing. If you're a parent, there's a lot of swearing, especially in the end, where he just goes into this giant tirade. But anyway, beside the point for right now, I was holding my gun out, and you've got your Oculus controller, and you're holding your gun out, and you're like, zombie's going to kill me if I don't kill it first. And you're like, I kind of feel bad. And you're like, well, it's just a game. And you're like, whoa, I just shot somebody. And so there was this feeling of like, oh crap, I just shot someone. And I felt kind of really bad about it, but that's how immersive VR is. So maybe someday down the line, here's what I fear. Someday down the line, I fear that there's going to be a controversy of saying VR is a murder simulator because it is so realistic. So because of that, I think that VR stuff is, I think it's going to be quite controversial when as VR matures, because most of the VR users are mature adults anyways, that have access and the money to buy this stuff. For the majority part, not all of it, but so there's that. I think that's going to be controversial in the future. That someone's going to be saying, I could just totally see it. You remember when the Columbine thing happened and they said, well, the kids played a lot of Doom. It's all Doom's fault these kids did this. It wasn't their parenting. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't the parents' fault. It was the fact that they played Doom. That was the whole reason why they went on their shootout.
Keeping them honest now on the notion that gun violence has more to do with video game weapons than real ones. Vice President Biden met today with representatives from the video gaming industry. The Newtown killer was reportedly obsessed with violent games, as other killers have been, of course. And people are concerned that bloody games, gory movies, brutal TV shows are doing bad things to our kids. So you can see why culture would be part of the conversation about preventing another Sandy Hook. Now, pro or anti-gun, Republican or Democrat, a lot of people do agree on that.
I have a feeling that this is going to happen with VR and VR games as they mature. People are going to say, oh, they're just murder simulators. They just, like, even Surgeon Simulator, where you're sitting there cutting up people and you're messing around with stuff and how funny it is. I think people are going to, in the future, blame a lot on VR in the gaming as it goes forward because of the immersiveness of it. It's even more so than any other system, right? So that's something that we're going to have to watch out for. But Arizona Sunshine was a very fun experience, and I couldn't really put it down. We played it for pretty much 3 days straight, and just shooting zombies. And then, in fact, after we beat it on normal mode, now we're playing it through hard mode. And I'd like to do a gameplay of that, showing it around. The only thing I did not like is I'm not a real fan of the teleporting mechanic. I mean, it works, and if you have motion sickness in VR, which I do not, if you do have motion sickness in VR, then I can see teleporting to be okay. Like, I definitely don't not like it. I think it's acceptable for now until people can get over their, the VR sickness and motion sickness. I love Quill. Quill is underestimated, guys. It is completely underestimated of how fantastic it is. I really wanted to get it for Medium, and I love Medium, and I'm messing around with Medium, but Medium takes a little bit of time to get used to. I'm not used to sculpting. I'm used to sculpting with clay. Smooth, very particular thing when you're sculpting in clay. And this one is if I want to do a circle,
I draw a circle this way, and then I draw a circle just like how I'm showing you this way, and then you kind of just fill in. That's an example. There's things that you can already set as stamps and stuff that you can just make a circle. But
I'm just saying, if I had to sculpt a circle, I actually would have to draw out the circle and fill it in with these little tools, which is cool. And you've seen at the beginning of my intro, I sculpted that within 15-20 minutes. Something really fast and easy that I could put on the intro. But it's super fun. Medium is great, but Quill blew my mind. Mind blown with Quill. On your controllers, and you use your middle button controller thing, and it's almost like you're gripping as you're pulling yourself through the painting, and it's insane. It's insane. Like, you can manipulate, you can grab onto it, and you can twist the whole painting forward, and then you can manipulate it like that. And then this is usually your drawing finger. You kind of draw with this, and you do your dealio with this. But you can grip it and change it and stretch it, or zoom in. You can zoom out. It's insane. Quill is unbelievably incredible. Medium is incredible, but Quill is even more so incredible. So, if you get some chance, maybe I'll do a video on that, even checking out Quill, so I can show you guys how neato it is. And it is definitely neato. Well, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, share it to your friends, and you guys have a good day. Peace out.